Well, according to what I was just told, an LLC, namely the post office, which is tagged as an LLC, is now a non-profit organization that we have to bail out every time they have trouble. That's what I was just told by 3 customer representatives of the post office. Thought you'd like to look into that and know this. That they claim they are only there as a service for the public, but yet they are under an LLC license. An LLC license, I want the post office to know and everybody to know, is for a profit organization, something that makes profit. And the reason I started looking this up is I just went to the post office the other day to try to get a post office box where I'm at. You're supposed to, according to them now, here in New York, the only way you can get a post office box is if you have a lease, or a mortgage, or a car, or car insurance. And them are the only 4 forms that they will accept other than your ID to get a post office box here in New York. Now, if, let's say, someone wanted to come in and did not have a lease or a mortgage or a car or car insurance, to prove this, you are not welcome to get a post office box anymore in the state of New York. And supposedly throughout the United States, from what they've been trying to tell me. So what makes sense here? A profit organization saying you got to have a home or a proof of physical address. If anybody had a home with proof of physical address, they sure in the hell ain't going to pay the exorbitant prices for a post office box that they have. Like here, where I'm at, which the cheapest one is $29 a month. And that's a little bitty box, barely big enough to put junk mail in. And that's it. They and then to be told they are not in it for profit, and that's why they did it that way. And they're an LLC. That makes absolutely no sense. An LLC is in it for profit, not to lose. Or is the government just wanting a way to make more debt for us through the post office by saying we got to give you this service, and they can't gain a profit? They don't care if they gain a profit or not, because your taxpayers, tax-paying money, and my tax-paying money go to bailing them out, and have gone to bailing them out. Not once, but twice, I believe, now. So, y'all might want to give this a think and a thought. Maybe get a hold of your congressman and see why people can't get a post office box with their ID, and they have to have proof of a lease or and no, a rental agreement does not work. You have to be leasing the house, or have a mortgage on the house, or have a car, or have car insurance, and then also have the photo ID. I think you all should give this some thought and think about this, and see that how much was the bailout for the post office and how much you paid on both times for this company to say now, which is a company, an LLC, it's licensed as an LLC, is now saying they aren't in it for profit. This is something you should look at. This is something you might want to talk about. This is something you might want to see why now the post office don't give a fuck about you when you go in there and record them. They don't care how they conduct themselves for the simple fact they're robbing you of your money anyway. They're as big a thieves and as big of a money dump as anything else that you would call like the road to nowhere or any other thing like that. So I thought you'd like to know that they are licensed as an LLC. They are telling people now they are not in it for a profit. They don't care. I heard that from the post office when I looked at their chart for all their open mailboxes when they had absolutely probably 1/3 of their post office boxes rented. Well, if you have a house and you have a mortgage, or if you have a lease, not a rental agreement, remember that don't count. That's not part of their things they will accept. Your social security card, your birth certificate, or other things they will not accept to prove who you are. As a business aspect, to do something of such a sorts, to me, to lessen your profits on nothing but what a profit gain would be by implementing a rule such as that to get a post office box. It's ridiculous. Because the post office boxes are there to get a profit. That's all they are, is a profit for them. So when you only have 1/3 of it, because people need to have a physical address, okay, of some sort to prove where they're at, that's cutting into your profits. Because if you already have a physical address, you would simply have your mail sent to you for free at your physical address, not sent to a post office box that you're the smallest one, which is barely big enough to hold about 2 days worth of junk mail, at $29 a month. And then it goes up from there. The biggest post office box in this particular post office is $100+. But that explains why they only got 1/3 of their post office boxes rented in this particular post office, because they showed me a diagram of what they had open for post office boxes when I went in there to get it, to try to get one. I wished I was recording. I was stupid. I didn't. But I just thought you'd all like to know how the New York Post Office is saying they are not a profit organization, and that they need to be bailed out all the time due to the lack of profits when they are an LLC, which should be gaining profits. All right, I'm out.